Hello everyone, my name is Northern Nate, welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, I've been tagged by an awesome YouTuber called Negaman. He does a lot of great different Let's Plays and a lot of different kind of interesting discussions on some of his top games, some of his memories, kind of stuff that I like to do as well. So today he tagged me and asked to do a top 5 favorite games of all time. Now for me, my top 5 games aren't necessarily the most prestigious games out there. Some of them are, but I look at what games or what game series I enjoy that I continue to go back to and play to this day. Whether it's on current gen consoles, whether it's on older generations of consoles, I'm always going back to them and replaying them again. So this list is all about that. So our first one here is actually a fairly recent game that came out, and that's Payday II. Now Payday II is a 4-player or a cooperative kind of heist first-person shooter. Now, like there's a lot of first-person shooters out there, like the Modern Warfare or Call of Duty series, Medal of Honor, blah blah blah, Halo. But in this one, in the Payday series, you have to rely on your allies. It's not just you going in alone, Rambo style, just shooting everybody up. But it's all about co-op and working together in order to complete the mission. And what I like to do is I like to not only do a co-op with 3 of my friends, but also like to do it stealth. So not killing anyone, not raising alarms, kind of that crazy shit going on. And that just gives you extra bonus money and stuff. Now, I have it on the 360 here, and I also have it on the PC as well, on Steam. But I enjoy both platforms. I want to get it on the One too, like the Xbox One, but I'm too poor ass right now for it. But I enjoy it on the PC just because it's always been updated. The 360 version doesn't get updates that often, if not at all. So, but I still do enjoy working on both of them. Like on this one here, I think I got about I want to say at least 100 hours. On the PC, I think it's well over 100 hours. So, great series. I hope they make a third one, and I hope all the servers are kind of interconnected, so every server can stay up longer. Now, number 4, I was a huge fan of wrestling in the 90s, and well, a little bit today too. A lot today too. So these 2 games I bought when they first came out, and that is WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercy. Now, I think these are the best wrestling games out there today currently, just because of the controls, the types of matches you can do, the character customization is incredible. And you know, I'm still going back to these games today and still playing. I think just recently I was at a friend's place and we were getting pretty schmammered playing No Mercy with the ladder match. And every time you fell off the ladder, you got to take a swig. So we got pretty drunk. It was pretty fun. But yeah, you know, and these came out right around the end of the Attitude Era too. So there was a lot of things like DX and Stone Cold and The Rock. My personal favorite, Chris Jericho, was in there, just starting out. So I mean, the WCW ones are decent as well, but they just don't compare to the WWF ones. So. Now number 3, I've been a fan of this company for a very long time. When I first played them on the SNES, and that is the Rare Company, or Rareware, or whatever the hell they're called. But my number 3 is Banjo-Kazooie. Now I love platformers, and I love 3D platformers. And when Banjo-Kazooie came out, after playing Mario 64, I was pretty excited to get this, and I was blown away. I personally think Banjo-Kazooie is better than Super Mario 64. Oh shit! But I don't know. I just think they have the right amount of exploration. They don't hold your hand too much, and so it allows you to explore not only the levels but the whole entire world, which I thought was great. You know, there's collectibles out the ass. There's puzzle pieces. There's notes. And you have to collect pretty much everything in order to unlock everything in the game. So like, I know Gruntilda, the final boss, is pretty hard without the extended life that you get for collecting all the notes. But yeah, Banjo-Kazooie is one of my top 5 favorite games. It's so high up there that I even bought the Rare Replay collection just because it was another version of Banjo-Kazooie I could play. I didn't know that it was just a downloadable version, so it's kind of, I thought it was on the disc. It was like all pumped and shit, but that's still a great collection. Maybe I'll do another video on that sometime. On to number 2. Number 2, a lot of people don't really know about the series. If they do, it's more of a niche genre, and that is the Yakuza series. I actually have all of these fucking games. There's Yakuza 1, and 3, and 4, and Dead Souls. Oh shit! But the Yakuza games to me are basically living in Japan simulator. So basically you can do anything and everything. There's combat, there's exploration, there's side quests out the ass, unlockables. For example, in 4, you own a host club or whatever it's called, and you have to like hire dancers and dress them up and give them presents and shit. So their motivation goes up and they give you more money. All about that money. But yeah, the series overall is one of my personal favorites, and the main story itself is fantastic. You know, it is pretty story heavy. However, each installment gives you a great little intro video which describes and explains all the characters and all the relationships that they have, so you're not going in blind if you're, say, going into 4 and you're missing the other 3. You know, Dead Souls is a spin-off kind of game, zombie game. The controls are kind of ass, but I think it's fun seeing the characters in a less serious kind of situation. Now, I know the first 2 have come out in an HD compilation overseas, but never here, and 5 is just coming out, but it's only digital. Like, that kind of pisses me off. I want physical, man. Look at all these games. But I think they're remaking the first one as well too. So if you want to wait for that, I wouldn't hold my breath that it comes here, but I mean, you go get the first 2 on the PS2, shell out some cash for it. It's a great series. My personal favorite is probably 3, just because that's the most time I spent on a single game. I think I have over 120 hours on this fucking thing. Crazy. No life in these games. Now the final series I want to talk about, or my top favorite game of all time. I'll first talk about the series. It's Legend of Zelda. Ooh, oh shit, Legend of Zelda. Everyone loves this. Everyone loves these games. I've grown up with the Super Nintendo version, The Link to the Past, I think it's called, yeah. And I never actually owned these 2 copies. I was had to rent them or borrow them from a friend. I remember actually borrowing these 2, like the 64 versions, from a next door neighbor, and I had to beat them in a day because he wouldn't let me have them for longer than 24 hours, so I no-lifed it and beat these 2 bastards. But my favorite Legend of Zelda game, it's a tie, is actually Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. Now, these were actually my very first 2 Zelda games that I've owned. The way in which Capcom worked with the Link to the Past overlays, like their overhead structure, was really cool. I think you can get these on the eShop. I'm not too sure, but I think they're pretty hard to find now, just like the physical copies. But if you beat both games, you know, you get the true ending, and that being you fight Ganon. But yeah, I think these are my, I can't pick a top favorite game, but I know these 2. If my whole game room was on fire, and I can only pick up 2 games or 1 game, I'll just snatch these 2 bastards because these are my favorite. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments down below what your top 5 favorites are. I also want to kind of give a shout out or tag another cool YouTuber, and they are A Couple Gamerz. They do awesome Let's Plays, awesome Twitch live streams, and kind of top 5 lists. They're always energetic, and they're always doing crazy shit on their videos, and I always find that kind of really funny and entertaining. So go check them out. Their name or this link will be in the description below. Click that shit. And once again, thanks to Negaman for tagging me. It's really cool to see and to get that. It's inspiring. Gets you pumped and shit. So anyways, guys, until Until next time.